It is time for FACEIT League playoffs. We are getting into the back end of our expert division playoffs. We are down to top 6 going into today. We'll be down to top 4 after your 2 lower bracket quarterfinals we have coming at you. I'm going to get one of those 2 on. It was kind of a toss-up. Both of these looked like absolute bangers. We just had Arion on stream on Monday, so I figured we'd go to the other side, get the other 2 teams on. I'm going to have Moths taking on Crazy Dodo here tonight. Crazy Dodo, a team that maybe unexpectedly punched up more than, found their way into top 8. So a really good show for Crazy Dodo. They'll be taking on Moths here today, who just got sent into the lower bracket on Monday with a 0-3 loss to Veneer Quick. So you still got Quick and Here for Views are in your upper bracket finals. We'll have that on Friday. Looking like the 2 teams to beat. We'll see if which of these 4 here in the lower bracket will get an opportunity to get close, get rematches against those 2 squads. We're close to top of the hour. Let's not take any more time. Let's get into it. Let's take a look. We'll start with your standings. We'll start with your bracket. We are top 6 here for viewing quick. Your number 1 and number 2 seeds are in upper bracket finals. Those 2 teams did have a little bit of a tier break between them and the rest of the division. Both of these teams only having 1 loss apiece. Third place having 3 losses. That was Moths. And it is the team we're going to see here today. They are, they're still looking like, perhaps the next team down, perhaps the underdog that could maybe challenge. But between our 2 tippity top teams, Arion was the only one to take a map off of Here for Views. Otherwise, that was it. That was the only map dropped between both of your upper bracket semis. So it's a long road to get back to fighting these 2 squads. Of course, whichever 2 teams make it into grand finals, guaranteed a spot in season 8 Master Division. Free pass right on into Master Division. Coveted slots into Master Division for season 8. So there's a lot on the line. We'll definitely have your upper bracket final on Friday. Here today, Arion versus Telsey, Moths versus Crazy Dodo, both happening simultaneously. We will absolutely keep an eye on that other match as well, as we are hitting top of the hour. I feel like every time I say the team, I just have to say it in that read, right? It's like, all right, we're about to get into it. It's this very serious lower bracket elimination match between Moths and Crazy Dodo. Something to keep in mind is we do have all of the patch notes and all of the new perks are in effect here. So while no, we will not be seeing any of the new heroes, we will not be seeing Mizuki on the battlefield today. The new changes are in effect still, right? This is still a live patch. So just some big changes in the works, even without an enormous meta shift or changing up the hero pool. Do have to be aware of some of these new hero and perk changes and the new passives for that matter. So you have to bear with me as I am still getting used to all of that. We did get a Nepal pick. That would be Moths who got the pick, banning out the Echo. They are just choosing to stay on the left-hand side, but that was in fact Moths getting first pick and first ban, and I actually already have the Echo there. I don't even have to do anything. Wow, weird. Quick look at strength of schedule here before between our 2 competitors before we get into today's matchup. Moths coming in with a 13-3 record, good enough for 3rd place out of regular season. Lost to Sync, Here for Views, and Quick. So, you've lost to the 2 teams that are currently in upper bracket, and then early loss to Sync, which Sync is a bit of a weird one-trick kind of team. Like, not really a one-trick team, but just play very, very off-meta stuff. So, hitting Sync, like your very first match of the season, I can understand got a little bit caught off guard. I kind of talked about that. Sync was a team that I think would lose value as the season goes on, and as people learn more and more about their unusual play style. So, just honestly, I think a little bit of an unlucky. Just to hit Sync right out of the gate. Otherwise, you're flawless. Otherwise, the only teams to beat you are Here for Views and Quick. And you continue that into playoffs. We haven't seen Dodos in a while, so that could just be how they are. Like, the term Crazy Dodos is just a redundant statement, right? It's like a bad pun, right? It's just Dodos are inherently crazy. That's just part of their nature. Crazy Dodo have been kind of a dark horse team all season long. Right, these aren't a lot of super recognizable names, at least not that I have cast. 10-6, good enough for 7th place out of regular season. Open up with a 5-game win streak, including a bye week. but then run into a lot of tough teams here. You go on basically a 3-6 streak here in the middle of the season. Look at this lower bracket run, right? They got knocked down in first round, 3-2 to Tennessee, who's still alive. 3-2, and have made this crazy lower bracket run since. If they can take down Moths, they have the potential for a revenge match against Tennessee. Of course, Tennessee will have to get through Arion at the same time. We're going to be down to top 4 here about DazedReox. Let's get into Nepal. Oh, shoot, I didn't change your in-game live sub. No, I did not. Right, I will change that real quick here. I'll put this on the other side, so it's like... I like the red team in-game is the same as the red team up top, you know, as far as what direction they're facing. All right, I'm just going to let that overhead play for a split second while I fix this. I know, I'm sorry. Ready and Dazed have been, I mean, just as I was, of course, getting to brag about you, Dazed just gets destroyed out of that corner. Was trying to hide up there by the little shrine and just got found out. Oh, but have been absolute powerhouses all season long from the DPS line. Two of the more, one of the more standout DPS lines that we have seen here in Expert Division. First cap has gone to Moths, but Ready will fall as well here. So that's both DPS who have found their way back into the spawn, and that's gonna be a flip for the Dodo. For the crazy Dodo. Okay, I swear I won't do that every time. Uh-oh. We're just gonna chase this down. Heather's gonna fly and Dazed. Oh, and turn around to help clean up this flank. Gotta be careful as Moths have been able to capture control of the point. It was a good peel out of Dodo, and they've kept things even here. Now we're gonna get Dodo returning with a Kitsu right over the objective. What's that paintball? I think was trying to go chase down the pilot. We'll actually get Guardian Angel. Let's see. Who is Guardian Angel? I think that's Patatatime. Wait. Yeah. That's Patatatime. That's Patata. And then it's Shisui on the other side. Is your tank on the other side? Oh no, excuse me, DNA. I mean, it's DNA. DNA for Crazy Dodo. Of course, W uses Alisonn as somebody we've seen pop off before, but God, Killa with a nice two-piece takes them out of the fight. Oh, and DNA just kind of gets stuck in the corner.
Thanks for the heal.
I feel like this Moss squad is just, of all 5 of these names, have been staples in EMEA Expert since, at least for like, since 2025, if not before. All very, very recognizable names in their roles. Women Killa already having an outstanding opening round here. Kind of curious, just real quick. What are we looking at? 8? No, oh, here for Killa. Yeah, I was about to say, he's having an outstanding opening round. Barrage out of Heather. Does find 2. From the grave, the Tidal Blast actually finds a kill. So we'll see if DNA and Crazy Dodo want to try to push this 3v3. We're just going to pop 4, move in. Patatatime comes chasing. That is able to clean off the point. DNA won't last. Moths will grab round 1. So we talked about how the only teams that have beaten Moths this season were Sync in that very, very first game of the season, and then since it has only been here for views and quick, right? So clearly that does infer that we did get Moths winning this head-to-head back in the regular season. That was when they were still known as 7-2-1. But that was a 3-0 for Moths back in that that original matchup. I swear that Crazy Dodo has continued to grow throughout this season, though, and it's not the same squad we saw back in that fateful day. That fateful, as he checks the date, that fateful Wednesday in December. I mean, it has genuinely been 2 months ago, right? I mean, I think this team has certainly grown a bit in the last 2 months. But Quila continues to have just a spectacular opening map. My goodness. Now in a duel with Alisonn and Elephant, with a little help from Jazzy there. You saw the big old water orbs coming in doing chunky damage. First fight goes to Moths. I think as far as relearning things, right out of the gate is going to be just learning all of our sub-roll passives. Of course, your flankers getting, I mean, twice as much health from health packs. A lot of sustain from that. Guardian Angel able to heal while flying. So speaking of extra sustain, I also saw that like Wrecking Ball can do, if you do your wall jump tech, it'll proc the health respawn, the health regen. Ball tech about to go crazy. Ton blast thrown in on the Patata. Woo! In for a bit and right back out. Alisonn turns around and pick up a kill on the Dazed. Moths turn the corner here as they start compressing Dodo, but Dodo just put up the shield and fend it off. Now we're gonna have a Kitsu counter punch, moving Dodo back onto this point. Excuse me. Alisonn rotating towards this left-hand side. DNA with an annihilation on this point. You're able to wrestle through one, trying to chase the Pilot Diva back around the corner. Will not get the kill before the remat comes back in. But you are able to get an exorbitant amount of damage down onto the mech itself. Rami's going to pop a rally. Last chance here. Well, you had to be perfect for that fight and for every other fight for Crazy Dodo to take this round and send us over to Sanctum. Working with only a Deadeye in this upcoming fight. But hey, you know what? It's just Dazed Bob on the other side. Alisonn with a good opener. And with just the amount of range you have to work with, I like this cast swap. With a little snapper, you don't have to build up a rail before you get to lethal damage. Cast can very well play in this kind of mid-range, this 10 to 20 meter range against Reddy's Tracer. Really good swap here out of Alisonn. And the Deadeye, I feel like, has come back into favor again, where like it was there for a while. I think Deadeye had turned into an absolute joke of an ultimate. But space control has become so important here in Overwatch 26. Uh-oh, as I say that. I mean, Reddy just destroys the Deadeye. Now you can actually find a lot of value out of it. Obviously not this time. Pulse Bomb into the corner. As Moths just compress Dodo. Oh my goodness. Who ordered the flattened bird? Moths win map 1. Oh. Alisonn 15-6, Quila 16-2. Woo! Spectacular map. My goodness. Hazel also had a spectacular map at 17-1. Okay, Dodo banned the sim. Moths banned Sigma. Let's get you in the map too. Daytime Shambali Monastery, not like dusk. We got full on daytime Shambali. I know it looks really weird. Like I'm not used to seeing this map in the daytime at all. Of course, as far as DPS passives, we do have the Sojourn passive now in play. Well, it's not just Sojourn's passive, but the... Oh, what do they call it here? Let me go back up to it. Is that Sharpshooter? Cooldown hits will reduce movement cooldown. So your primary fire, all those primary fires reduce her slide. Every time you see a red X for Dazed, they're reducing slide cooldown. Which is why you're seeing Dazed go like just insanely hyper aggressive here. So that is part of the Sharpshooter's passive for the sub role. So that applies to Ashe, Cassidy, Hanzo, Soj, and Widow. Basically all your hit scans. It's all your hit scans except for Emery, Freya. I think that's it. As far as like the role of hit scan. Ooh, Alisonn with a nice team fight here. Holy cow, look at that recontest. Oh, sorry, Alisonn. I should have gotten your palm. My goodness. So as far as like, I think I gotta, you know, I have to learn everything. I think starting with these sub roles is a good place to start. Of course, you do have the extra ult charge now for... Oh. For the Lucios. Woo! Speaking of ult charge, it's going to be a Kill Akitsu here to start this off. 5 to kill on to Alisonn. Ooh! Rami's trying to get away. He's already used their CDs. There goes the speed up the hill. Cannot escape. The torrent rush will not be enough to get out. As I say that, I mean, we do get a Hazel demech and destroyed. Or Hazel is destroying things, should I say. It's DNA who got... Wait, no, because teams are swapped. Teams are swapped. I'm sorry, they swapped sides. This also means that your bans are wrong. God, Alisonn is really having a fantastic map. Holy cow. All right, the Dodo defense holds at 2.59 meters, 35 seconds to go. Let's go. All right.
30 seconds.
Where does Wu Yong fit into all this? Which one is Wu Yong? Wu Yong is Survivor. So that's where you get the health regeneration kicks in as soon as you hit your torrent rush. That's right.
This ends now.
So as soon as you do that, you get health regen. Oh, Reddy's gonna move in 5 Alisonn. Daze drops the OC. See if they can get a point on the board here. The duplicate diva looking to get this point in we get a touch at 0.39 meters, but I will say Moths are heavily in control. We'll get a couple of last-minute drop downs. But eventually, Moths put a point on the board, and we'll continue to roll here through the daytime, sunlit Shambali. Sun-kissed Shambali, should I say. All right, Heather's going to go to an echo. Yeah, you get a lot. You got a couple of these spots where you take advantage of going over the walls and interesting little spots in the map to create little shortcuts you don't normally have. Echo very good on the second part of the map in particular. With 4-man play, both tanks just kind of burn their cooldowns right at each other. But the Kitsu in response, and I'm not sure if DNA has got enough to hold on here. Alisonn is able to get one in this re-engage as well. And DNA will move everybody out. Force Moths all the way out the window. Get out of here. Just shove them all out the window. Hey. Hey yourself. In this ult economy. Coast stair side approach. Ready, sent in to threaten cart. Hazel goes into join. Double blink in, you get the slide out from Alisonn. Not much more. Defensive tidal blast thrown in, but Reddy's able to find the Wu Yong. Stuck, deflected by the block. The Annihilation now in play, but DNA continues to backpedal. Alisonn tries to save this and actually gets two with this OC, but I think that's going to be all the defense will find. Moss Cat point B. So now we just got slides for days. We got 2 slides, and you're reducing cooldowns with every red X. Stays pops the OC. We'll find Alisonn with a beautiful little combo there. Woo! Whoa, and a nice little 2-piece. The jump shot into the ground shot. Oh, that is a gorgeous 4K there for Dazed. My goodness. Slides for Dazed. Accuracy for Dazed. 4 kills for Dazed. Kitsu just to clog the choke. Honor and Glory, the only thing to leak through the plug. Oh, as I say, that Rami kind of sneaks around it. We do get a couple. We got both the Lucio and the Tracer trying to stall here, but this was a nice little run-through point. See, Kitsu don't play for this defense, though. Okay, Shrek does go down. Good play from Quila. And that'll be a 32-second cap. Really nice run where, I mean, it was a sketchy overtime first point cap here from Moss. We're able to get a beautiful take there on point B. And then, of course, that insane 4K we saw out of Dazed to just saunter through C. I mean, that is a long run back for a total of 4 minutes. 4 minutes from the time the cart reached that point. They had exactly 4 minutes, and they finished with time all the way up there. I mean, it's a hell of a run. It's a hell of a run, friends. I'm just saying. DNA 21-4. No, excuse me. That is Patatatime. Hazel 21-4. DNA is 9-5. Although DNA has significantly more damage, is leading the server in damage here. playing under the streamer tag, honor and glory. There for is the defensive tank. This DNA for anybody who's unfamiliar or maybe just now joining us. So the crazy Dodo will go on the attack. See if they can put up a comparable time. Heather goes immediately into the Echo, trying to take advantage of some of those, you know, little shortcuts in the geometry here. This would be an excellent spot, trying to control the right-hand side of this attack. Play over this wall. You're able to get the focusing beam in onto Ready, and that's a great opener. Now Heather is in a beautiful position to put some crossfire down on this high ground. You can see Dazed already very low. We get a bubble, we're going to go up a gauge. I love the patience. Heather doesn't get too excited about it. Waits for the bubbles to be ready to go. Waits for the bubbles to come off a cooldown, I should have said. And now we're able to move in. Once again, we kind of just see just very well-timed, measured assaults, measured little attacks out of Heather. So a systematic, far more systematic approach here from Crazy Dodo versus a little bit more explosive, you know, kind of front-heavy approach out of Moths on the other side. We are going to get a recontest here. Boot from Rami almost got him the cap. Hazel does manage to get down with less than a meter to go. Is not going to last long in that mech. Heather's going to duplicate one of their own. Just overrun, overwhelm this defense with a pair of tanks.
Nice work, team. Keep it moving.
Once a Kitsu here, trying to build up the rest of this grab. You're able to get DNA up to 100 charge. Screw your screamer attacks. Jazzy's beat is late. It is late. We're gonna rotate back around here as there's a Kitsu thrown onto the point. Ready and Dazed are still here and always dangerous. Pulse into the corner. Is gonna get two. Ready with a beautiful three-piece, and despite early deaths on your tank, this defense holds. Oh, yeah, Heather's got to trade at the very end, but Jazzy has the last laugh. Grab on the corner. Immediately catches DNA. God, I'm always just going to get him back. Especially going to continue to swap sides. What are your takes? Screw it, I'm just not even going to talk about the text anymore. Beautiful OC out of Alisonn. Screw your tanks and your streamer modes. Day 1700 of me protesting and saying streamer mode was just the worst idea of all time. But hey, I can't even get a functional kill feed. I don't expect them to listen to me about this. Actually, is our kill feed functional? I don't even pay attention to it anymore. That's probably a good thing. It's probably a good thing. Card's been stopped here with 3 minutes to go. Oh, no, it's really... If we're looking at red team, then the kills will show up blue if the kill feed's still broken. Deadeye, you gotta... Shrek, you're looking for more? Yeah, it does just show up blue. Yeah, kill feed's still broken. Beautiful grab, Deadeye combo, though. You did overall, you had a Kitsu into that as well. So a little bit of an overinvestment there from Moss. They got a bit Q happy. They're like, ooh, that sounds fun. Let's all throw in our Qs. You got Qs? You want to throw in some Qs as well? Jazzy was like, I would've, but the beats weren't quite ready. They were still incubating. They were incubating. Okay. All right, we're gonna get aggressive. That's actually a great ult charge read. If you're like, hey, we've got Rami beat by like 10%, you know, a hell of a raid. Unfortunately for the defense, they don't get any value on it. Good disengage out of Dodo. Now free to re-engage their own right. But say, watch this ambush. Yeah, I saw that. One of your streamer tanks was sitting up on the top right-hand side, but this whole thing just got smelled out. The beat engage out of Rami is more than enough, and Alisonn finds themselves, very broken kill feed still, finds themselves another 3-piece. Alisonn having a fantastic day. Particularly good Shambali. We're threatening a cap. You do have the OC and a grab to work with. This is going to be very tough to defend against. We're going to get the OC out of Alisonn to start. Grab barrage to try to finish this off. It's gonna be more than enough. I say that. You still have days lurking. Never mind. You had 3 people left. All 3 very quickly dealt with before I can even finish the sentence. And it was what 45 seconds additional time, something like that. Yeah, 47. There you go. Immediately see the rockets coming in. Heather's got 15-16% right out of the gate. Literally. I mean, before they even left the gate. Just right into the gate. At least that's where Heather's rockets went. You get my point. All right. I think that's beating a dead pun. There's something like that. All right, blue tank. Had taken a bit of damage, but is now top back up. Ready was trying to anchor the cart as a Reaper, while the other 4 rotated around. Ready got, I mean, just destroyed. Found themselves in a 1v4. So down a player. Red tank gets melted. Heather shows up with some directs inside the small room, and Moss will get stopped at about 38 meters. Very winnable map here for Crazy Dodo to tie up her lower bracket quarters.
Score 3-3. Switching sides. Initiating match.
Killa is in fact still leading your supports in damage. It's Heather with top damage in the lobby right now. over either of your tanks. Ready, pulling out an echo. Trying to fend off the Heather Farah. Making the read this time, making the adjustments. Oh, we will not make the kill. And I feel like I've seen the ready echo previously. Like, that's something that kind of rings true here a bit, but hey, Heather was ready for it. Gets the direct. Usually the echo favored in that matchup. Not this time. Alisonn gets a kill as the defense has to go down low. Moths, they had to abandon their high ground route knowing they had lost that flank, and Heather was about to start pummeling them with rockets. And it all goes into Crazy Dodo's favor. They're not extinct yet. We're tied up at one apiece. Runasapi picked her out of Crazy Dodo. Wait, picked her out of Moths. Moths just choosing to go on the left-hand side. Why is everybody choosing to go blue today? Why are we breaking my brain like this? It's backwards day. I guess it is Wednesday. It is opposite day. All right, Zarya ban here out of Moths as well. Look, there's stats there from map 2. A lot of team fights, a lot of deaths in that one. I mean, God, it looks like Crazy Dodo with significantly more team fight wins across the board. We're looking at what, 33, 41 deaths for Crazy Dodo. I mean, that's a straight 50 down the board plus 12 plus 15. So 65 deaths there for Moths compared to 41. So significantly more team fight wins for Crazy Dodo in that one. Also reflected in Heather's 38 elims, Alisonn with 35. Daze tried to hold in the damage department. I mean, it was also 16K alongside Heather. But Heather and that Farah was able to output, top damage in the lobby. If you're looking at hit scan to hit scan, Daze had 16, Alisonn with 12.7. Quick look at our other match. We do have another simultaneous lower bracket quarterfinal, excuse me, match happening right now. Arion and Telsey looking to be at 1 apiece as they are headed to Shambali for their map 3. We're gonna have Tracer banned out here from Dodo in response. Immediately targeting Ready. It is Ready's best hero, and this is a great Tracer map. Makes sense. Very direct. Pretty straightforward, man. Vampridge, this is lower bracket quarterfinals. So we're currently top 6. No upper bracket matches today. Upper bracket finals won't be until Friday. So of course, have to get our Pucara Bulls, our twin bulls on stream. Mascot here of this stream. A symbol of fortune and good luck. Not like fortune is in wealth, but like good fortune. There are many forms of wealth, my friends, not always found in a bank account. Anyway, enough waxing poetic. Let's wax Overwatch. Let's wax some violence. Something like that. I don't know. Let's wax Raptora. What a name. What a streamer tag. X-Raptora. Red tank. Yeah, you're just red tank and blue tank now. Like, that's it. If you're gonna play anti-streamer, the streamer will play anti-player. Fine, be that way. Damn it, Hazel. I mean, blue tank. Alisonn will find an important pick on the killer throughout this exchange, as this fight's kind of all over the place. Looks to have mostly gone... Well, I say mostly. Looks to have almost entirely gone in Dodo's favor. No deaths. Not a one. Flawless team fight from Dodo, here to kick things off on Runasapi. And now some of the late pick on today's. That might just be enough for checkpoint. That is such a crucially bad spot to die. As you're getting staged to come back and try to take this corner, it means like we're already in the courtyard, so now you have to fight into the courtyard. You're not able to play on corner if you are going to try to get this recontest. That was such a nasty stagger from Alisonn and a terrible death out of Daze, and that will in fact get them the checkpoint based on that one kill. Dive into the corner here from DNA or from Hazel to try to see if they can recoup some space. The dev team can save Overwatch, but not the kill feed. I know. Don't even get me started. I don't care about little old me. I've even specifically put out posts that says, hey, play Overwatch, come in, please fix this. And they didn't even know it existed. They don't even bother to read my tweets. That's how little they give a shit about me. Unless they want to hire me for a job, and then they will overanalyze my tweets. They will refuse me a gig based on retweets. God, the moment they care about brand awareness, oh yeah, then they're all over my fucking socials. Fix the kill feed? Nah, can't be bothered. Can't be bothered. Excuse me, sorry. Got a little salty there for a moment. I apologize. Sound barrier engage was actually a duplicate that was used to create that sound barrier. Uh-oh. Okay, Reddy, you had more confidence in that was gonna miss you than I did, I will say. Sound barrier is now the real thing, the genuine article from both sides. Raptor does not get this. Red tank, unfortunately, a little beatless, which means you just don't have the sustain through that fight. You are able to get one. Alisonn clapping back, make sure there's not a tank on either side. Nice jump shot, Alisonn. That'll be enough to deny checkpoint here, barring a Jazzy like 3-piece. Raptora is the kind of, as far as armor, it's like the name of her armor. That's cool. And yes, you think that social shit hasn't happened, it does. I was already told I couldn't cast 1 gig because of retweeting something about trans rights or something like that. That shit does and has happened already. That had nothing. It wasn't about Blizzard though. That was a third-party thing. I mean, they're well within their rights. It was fine. But if you think that doesn't happen, like if you think I'm just making that up or being over dramatic, that it absolutely happens. Especially in this climate. Killer will drop a Kitsu down in the second part of this courtyard run. And of course, Runasapi is as comebackable as they come here in Overwatch. So red tank falls, Alisonn drops the OC. Will at least protect the lead of Crazy Dodo temporarily. You have blue tank still here to worry about. And Dazed is able to slide and help take care of Shrek and Alisonn. Nice play there out of Dazed. Hey, Spec, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Huge raid. I hope you have a great stream. Where you coming? Oh, another duplicate sound barrier. Oh, God, that's such high value. If you're able to get it, right? And I feel like that is such a specialized hero. It can be difficult for an Echo player to turn around and, you know, build a sound barrier, you know, connect with everything you need to in that short time. I suppose if people are low, you can just amp heal and mic it close, but either way, very high value dupe that you don't see very often. Still, as I'm, you know, going through and, you know, theorizing, philosophizing, all of those things. Yes, it's not philosophizing, it's philosophizing. That's right, you heard that right. Oh, I was just talking about how I even put out a social post directly asking them and saying, hey, the kill feed's broken. But they didn't know that the kill feed bug existed. But I will get denied that they will harp through your socials to see if you said anything ever that they don't like and they can deny you a job from. And so there was a casting gig that was like sponsored by the US Army. And so, yeah, they like combed through our socials and denied me and other casters. Like, they wouldn't let us cast because of like retweeting about trans rights and stuff. So, yeah, that's what that was about. That was a third-party event, though. Like, that wasn't Blizzard directly. Let's be clear. That was not directly Blizzard. That was a third-party event. And that's what happens when you have the military sponsoring your esports event. So, yeah, that's what that was about. I was just saying, they'll comb your socials if they want to deny you a job, but God forbid they listen to saying, hey, the kill feed's still broken. Please help. No, they won't listen to that. You were doing Iceland versus Czechia. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. They approached me about covering that one as well. So I was like, we're going to have expert playoffs going on like at that time. Like that is right during playoff time. I can't, unfortunately. Crazy Dodo's take goes down and this lead has long slipped through their fingers. Despite a brilliant opening to the map, the last 3.5 minutes have been all Moths. It's going to be yet another duplicate here out already. This one onto the Ramatra here. You're getting a Portugal Iceland. I mean, does Iceland know that they're getting Portugal? I'm kidding. I joke. Alisonn trying to save this with the Widowmaker's already gotten one. Ready gets to kill the other directions, and it looks like moments away from disaster here for Crazy Dodo. Killa will get the kill that breaks the straw, breaks the camel's back. Killa gets the kill that breaks the camel's back. That's what I was trying to say. All right, well, it's 2-1. Full cap here on Runasapi.
This ends now.
All right, so Dodo will take us to Suravasa. What do you ban out here? They already used their Zarya ban, I believe. Okay, they'll go for the Diva. Well, also a significant comeback here. I mean, overall, deaths look very, very close. What are we looking at here? 25, 29 deaths from Moths. Let's see, 15 plus 15. So 30 deaths. I mean, literally 29 to 30. 29 to 30 in deaths. Very, very close. One death separating at the end of the day. Now, Moths did get that momentum, right? They're able to put those 2-3 fights in a row there at the end, right? That's
Ready for battle.
Oh, yeah, man.
1. Initial flashpoint.
Moss ban fart. Oh, you Preds as well. I'll probably owe you some Preds, don't I? Well, I didn't give you Preds for map 3. Jeez.
Flashpoint.
I've got way behind on Preds. I'm so sorry. Here, have some Preds.
She's gonna blow.
This is a Bosch. A Bosch is the Wrecking Ball subbing in here for DNA. We did also have Shrek subbing in for Alisonn as well. So we had, excuse me, TONA subbing in for Alisonn. Shrek subbing in the flex support role. So 3 subs here for this Suravasa to kind of go into this dive lock. You've kept Heather, who was kind of the flex DPS player, is actually the one playing the... What a strange look out of Cody's Dodo. Heather, who was playing the Pharah and was playing flex DPS before, is the one who stuck around to play the Freya. It's going to be a Kitsu in there from Crazy Dodo, but there's just not enough players to find value on it. And this is looking like a pretty smooth first fight for Moss. They'll clean that one up. You did lose Killa at some point in that exchange. I mean, playing on an Ana against this dive comp kind of makes sense. Where are we going, Temple or Gardens?
Flashpoint. Garden.
Gardens it is. They asked me my favorite color. All right, we're back into this thing. Sound barrier, I mean, with a massive advantage there for Rami. Heather leverages that into an opener. Ooh, but gets stuck. Now we're gonna get the Hazel Primal. And Shrek ends up swift stepping right into the shots of Killa. Oh, Rami, fortunate to not be taking a cat nap or even a dirt nap right now. Oh, bit of a gift fell out of the sky there for Killa, but they're alive and well, at least well enough to throw a nano boost towards Hazel's direction. Hazel did not want the smoke of that Freya, just leap back to the point where Moss have gotten cap here. Haha! Alright, let's see what you got, TONA. TONA subbing in here for map 4. Trying to save the series, save the season. Here for Crazy Dodo. Early damage and a stick lands onto Hazel, but blue tank able to shield up. Jazzy drops the beat. We're gonna get aggressive. Trying to go in and find Heather. Heather went, I mean, to the skybox to avoid the Winton. Blue tank will fall. Ready, try to come in. There is a lot of low health bars here. Well, both Lucios. 5 value. Look like Jazzy actually booped the wrecking ball off the map. I don't know, that was hard to see. Advanced team Rocket Invaders Nova. 0-3 and ending their run, but they made it to expert and they're all happy. Let's go, Volants. That's what I love to hear. I'm happy to hear it. I appreciate the update. No, Heather just taking out a bolo shot there by Reddy, and I believe Dazed Bob had a big hand in that as well. So that's 2 flashpoints on the board, 1 away from moving on into top 4. We will get a palace spawn as you no longer go diagonal. And you won't, and it'll spawn on the losing team's side, which means Palace was the only choice, right? Orange is an awesome color. I agree, Jazzy. Samaria denied by the mines, and, well, Dazed found themselves in one of those colorful little presents. Clean double tap on Shrek will take the Kiriko out of the fight. Ruh-roh, antler down. So some much needed a representage here for Crazy Dodo and Suravasa. Ooh, blue tank got just chased all the way to the end of the map. Now we're at 70% on the board. As Heather finds Killen, we're continuing to get late staggers favoring Crazy Dodo. Significant damage from the pulse, even though we didn't get the kill, but here comes the nano. The quila was, excuse me, Daze had to be at like 1 health as the nano comes through to save him. I will say, you're not too mad at that if you're TONA. I mean, you're able to draw out nano, even though you don't get the kill, which you would have liked. You're able to get nano out of that, and that's important. That's an enormously invaluable ult. Daze coach gun, woo, almost able to find safety. Flip here from TONA. Hayes with a primal, but I see a lot of red outlines here. Kill is gonna go down. Ooh, oh, the boop! The boop saved Shrek. Shrek was dead to rights. And the boop, I mean, presumably from the Wrecking Ball, might have been from the Lucio, might have been both. You're able to absolutely save your Kiriko in the final possible second. That was a great play. Oh, and you get the double onto the Tracer. No shot. No shot you get a double boop onto that Tracer. Reddy just blinked in front of you and said, here, let me take an extra 50 damage. Thank you so much. Okay. So Crazy Dodo decide they want to match map score to series score. Good stick. But our Wrecking Ball has found an opener on the other side. That is a low Lucio. Jazzy caught in the corner. Nice little short fireball to secure that kill. And this Wrecking Ball comp kind of started to warm up a little bit. You know, it took him a moment. You know, it took him a couple flashpoints. Oh, that bubble just in the nick of time. Oh, but the short fireball is able to get it through. The cell barrier is just a touch late from Jazzy. We'll see if Kill's going to throw the nano in, you bet. Hazel will take that. Still didn't get it up to full, but it's enough to continue to press forward. Good peel and boop from Rami to keep TONA healthy through that nano boost, but Killa lands a couple of headshots here to secure this point on a last-second nade to save Ready. Beautifully played out of Killa. Whew. What is this Ana skin? Wait, holy crap, what is this Ana skin? I don't know that I've ever seen this skin. The third ultimate as far as the Deadeye now being thrown in. Kill finds yet another headshot kill. Absolutely ridiculous. Get that sleep too? I don't know if they got the sleep. Killa's having a hell of a map. Having a hell of a series. And Moths at 77%. Late kill onto the Wrecking Ball. Killa with an angle, but Heather shuts it down. Rami, you've got to get this beat in. You need a solid beat, and you need a point flip on the back of this. You will get everybody but your Tracer. Push in, pile drive into a beautiful railgun will be the end of days. The end of days. See what I did there? Huh? Free dad joke for you all. Flip here from Crazy Dodo. Final fight, essentially, for the series. At least for this flashpoint. TONA with an opener. Heather's OC, I think, as much a distraction as anything. You create a nice little kill box. Ready forced away from the fight just to go initiate the OT. But it's just Ready and Hazel left into this for Moths. You would think it should be a pretty swift cleanup here. Okay, there's Ready going down. Took a little bit longer than I would have anticipated. Nano comes in and will save Hazel in the final moment. So we'll get the mines onto the point. And it's going to cost Crazy Dodo if they want to try to take this fight. Heather's already down. Uh-oh. This might be slipping away from him. Jazzy's able to get a sound barrier into this. And the Wrecking Ball is low, and they get off the point. No. You had both your Tracer and your Wrecking Ball alive. I know the ball was low, but no. That's not how that was supposed to end. Where's my map 5, Crazy Dodo? Where's my map 5? You owe me a map 5. And that is how the Dodo becomes extinct in Season 7. They'll finish 5th, 6th overall. I mean, honestly, a great finish for this squad. I mean, a team that I didn't expect, really did surpass expectations, both in their regular season, 7th place, and they're able to do even better than that here in postseason and finish 5th, 6th. All around an extremely successful season here for the INV Crazy Dodo. They will have an opportunity to play in the Season 8 LCQ and get promoted into Master Division. It's going to be a tough road. There's going to be a lot of tough teams in that LCQ. But they will at least get to play at it. They'll get the chance. Right. Moss will move on to face the winner of Arion and Telesi. Let's get you some stats there from map 4. I think Killa's got to be your player of the match here. I felt Killa was just so impactful. Had such a fantastic series. 20 and 8 there in map 4. I mean, props to TONA and like a Bosch coming in there. We had Cristiano, all three just coming in for that map 4. Actually had great maps. TONA ends up 28 and 10. A Bosch ends up 30 and 6 in the Wrecking Ball with 13.2k damage. It's always tough coming in like that when you've been sitting on the bench for 3 maps and you just come in cold and just try to save the season, right? No pressure. They really put up a great map. It's unfortunate the way it ended. They're upset about it, but still a spectacular season out of Crazy Dodo. Moths move forward into the top 4. That doesn't do it here. GG's.